Hello dear students. Today we will learn one of the most important topic in corporate accounting, the issue of shares, which is the first unit as per the SEP syllabus for third semester BBA and BCom, Bangalore University. In this video, we will clearly understand what is issue of shares, its types and stages. So let us start. Now let us understand what is issue of shares. Share is a unit of ownership in a company. It represents a portion of company's capital. When a company requires fund, it raises capital by issuing shares. For example, this company requires 10 lakh rupees.
For its business.
For this, they are issuing 1 lakh shares of 10 rupees each. So the 10 rupees is the face value of the company. Face value is nothing but the original value of the company, which the company use in its books of accounts also. A person who is purchasing the share or who is buying the shares is called as shareholders, and he becomes a part owner of the company. For example, we are purchasing 5,000 shares. 5,000 shares of the company. That means we are getting 5% ownership of that particular company. And what we will get in return, as we have invested in that company, what we will get in return? We will get voting rights, we will get dividend, so portion of profit, and also capital appreciation we'll get. So capital appreciation means when we purchase the shares, the face value of the share was 10 rupees per share. Then after 2-3 years, if we want to sell that share, so the share value may be 15 rupees per share. So 5 rupees what extra we are getting in addition, so that will be considered as a capital appreciation. I think we're the profit. This process by which company raises capital by offering its shares to investors is called issue of shares. Now let us see the different categories of issue of shares. Issue of shares can be primarily classified into three categories: public issue, right issue, and preferential issue. Issue of shares by company to the general public is called as public issue. It is also called as public offerings, and it is further classified into IPO and FPO. IPO is initial public offering and FPO is further public offering. Initial public offering is the first time a company offers its shares to the public and get listed on a stock exchange. Why company issue IPO? Maybe to raise the capital or to expand business, to repay debts, to get listed in stock exchange and gain public trust. So for that reason, they can go for IPO. For the first time, it has not yet listed in the stock exchange. Those companies, when they issue the shares for the public, so that we considered as a IPO. Further public offering is the issue of shares by a company after it is already listed on the stock exchange to get the additional capital or for the expansion of the business or for any new project if they require fund or to repay the debts if they require fund. So in these cases they will issue the shares. For example, a company like Reliance Industries, if they issue new shares to the public again, so then it is called as further public offerings. Right issue means offering shares to the existing shareholders. In the right issue, the shares will be offering to the existing shareholders in the proportion of their holdings. For example, if a shareholder holds 100 shares and the company announces a rights issue in the ratio of 1:4. Okay, so if they are giving the ratio of 1:4, as he is holding 100 shares, the shareholders can buy 25 additional shares. So in this ratio of 1:4, he can purchase additionally, he can purchase 25 shares. Why they offer? Like it offered only to the existing shareholders. The right issue can be offered only to the existing shareholders, and it issued in a predetermined ratio. As I said, 1:4, 1:2, or 1:5. Like this, they will be going to give. Usually issued at a price lower than the market price. Come to the preferential issue is the issue of shares by a company to a selected group of persons on a preferential basis instead of offering them to the general public, like promoters, venture capitalists, any financial institution, either non-banking or banking financial institutions. And why the company go for preferential issues means here, to raise capitals quickly, bring in strategic investors, and to strengthen promoters control. So for these are all the reasons they can go for the preferential issue. Now let us discuss public issue in detail. The issue of share can be at par, that is for face value, at premium, which is above the face value, and at discount, which is below the face value. And here, in case of public issue of shares may be for payment at once, or for payment in installment. In case of issue of shares for payment at once, depends on the price at which shares have been issued to public. So that can be issued either at par or at premium or at discount. But the company receive payment at once. For example, 10 rupee per share means all 10 rupees they will receive at once. Then issue of shares in installment. In this case, companies do not collect the entire share capital money at once, since it may not require all the money at once. So such companies collect money on issue of shares in the following stages. One is application stage, allotment stage, and call stage. Application stage is the first stage where the public applies for shares. At the application stage, investors submit application form and application money. And come to the allotment stage. This is the stage where the company allots share to applicants and allotment money becomes due. Okay. And in the call stage is the final stage where the remaining amount is collected through calls. So this may include first call, second call, and final call. In these three calls, they will be going to collect the whole amount. So for example, again, if the company has to receive 10 rupee per share, maybe during applications they will receive 2 rupee, and during allotment they may receive again 3 rupee, and during calls they may receive, if they are doing two calls, in the first call they may receive 2 rupee, and in the second call they may receive the remaining amount 3 rupees. So like that, total 10 rupees they will be going to receive. So likewise, the issue of shares will happen for the payment in installment. Forfeiture of shares means, the forfeiture of shares is nothing but the cancellation of shares by the company when shareholders fail to pay allotment or call money. So if they fail, like for example, here if the shareholder has paid 2 rupees for application, 3 rupees they have paid for allotment, and again 2 rupees they have paid for first call. During final call, he is not able to pay the amount whenever the company calls, then the company is having the right to cancel that share. So for that share will be going to re-allot to somebody else. So they are cancel the share to that shareholder, and they re-allot the share to another shareholder. So that we consider as a reissue of forfeited shares. Now let us discuss the journal entries. In case of issue of shares for payment at once. So here, issue of share at par. If shares are issuing at par, we'll consider bank account debtor to equity share capital account. If it is issuing at premium, then bank account debtor to equity share capital account to securities premium account. The issue of shares at discount, then bank account debtor, discount on issue of share account debtor to equity share capital account. So these are all the journal entries has considered based on the rules of accounts. I'll just explain one here. Bank account debtor, why we have taken here? Bank is a real account. As it is a real account, the rule for real account is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So we are receiving the money from the shareholder, so we have taken bank account debtor. And equity share capital account, it is a personal account. Shareholder give capital to the company, that's why equity shareholders or share capital account is credited here. Okay. And in the same way, in the case of issue of shares for payment in installment. So as I said, three stages we have: application stage, allotment stage, and call stage. So for application stage, usually for each stage, we will be getting two journal entries. Just remember this, two journal entries will be there. If any transactions is extra, then one more journal entry you have to take extra. On receiving the application money, bank account debtor to share application account. And for transferring the application money on allotment of shares, uh, share application account debtor to share capital account. And for application money refunded, if we are receiving the excess amount, then we have to refund it. So for that, the journal entry will be share application account debtor to bank account. See what the first entry we are showing, bank account debtor to share application account. For receiving the application, for returning it back, we'll write it as a share application account debtor to bank account. Come to the allotment stage. For allotment money due, the share allotment account debtor to share capital account. For allotment money received, bank account debtor to share allotment account. Here we are receiving, so we'll write bank account debtor to share allotment account. In the same way, for call stage, see call will happen as I said, call may happen for first, second, or final. Three calls may happen. So here, if in the illustrations they have given different calls, first call, second call, final call. So these two entries again and again we have to repeat, or else only one time we can write it. If it is only first and final call, then first call, then we can write share call account debtor to share capital account, and bank account debtor to share call account. If it is second call, two calls are there, you can write share second call account debtor to share capital account, bank account debtor to share second call account. In the same way, if they have given final call also, then share final call account debtor to share capital account. Likewise, bank account debtor to share final call account. So while we do the illustrations, you will understand it. If issue of shares at premium in the case of installment, then only other entries will be same. Only the entries where we are receiving the premium, those entries will be changed. If we are receiving the premium in the application stage, then share application account debtor to share capital account to securities premium we consider that. If the premium is payable on allotment, then only in allotment entry we add this share allotment account debtor to share capital account to securities premium account, we add it. Likewise, if we are receiving it in call stage, then share call account debtor to share capital account to securities premium. And in the same way, issue of shares at discount, share allotment account debtor, discount on issue of share account debtor, okay, this should be debtor, to share capital account. Okay.
Now for calls in arrears, if the shareholders not paid the amount on the calls made by the company.
For that, the journal entry will be bank account debtor, calls in arrears account debtor, this is also debtor. And to share, either if it is first call, then first call account will write. If it is second call, then we'll write second call account. And if it is a final call, then we'll write final call account. If then calls in advance, shareholders pay money before the company ask for it. So for that, the journal entry will be calls in advance account debtor to share call account. So that's all in this video. In the next video, we will solve illustrations step by step. Thank you for watching.